Welcome to ABC Racing, where getting fast is as easy as ABC: accelerating, braking, and control. This is basically where I make the mistakes so you don't have to, while still getting a good time to show that even though we have set a good lap, there is still opportunity to improve our laps. I will do this by analysing the telemetry and seeing where I've gone wrong and showing you that on this very video. In today's challenge, I am driving around Silverstone, specifically on the international version of the track. The car we'll be using is the Lotus Exo 125 Stage 1 tuning version of the car. The car itself has been tuned to 750 brake horsepower, weighs in at only 660 kg, which gives it a power to weight ratio of 0.88 kg. It is literally a beast. The time we've got to beat is 52 seconds for gold, 53 seconds for silver, or 55 seconds for bronze. Can we do it? If you're watching my laps now and you're thinking, well, there's no way you can do it, you're missing the apexes and things like that, then you're right. The lap I always set using Oculus Quest 2, and I drive in VR. It's much more immersive and it's more realistic. I get a better depth perception of where my braking points are, my turning in points, and I use all of the sort of racing techniques you'd expect. I look to the apex, I look to the exit, and I just find that it's much easier to get the lap times. Whereas the intro laps are set on a single screen, so you get a nice smooth replay. Because once I've set a lap on VR, if I go into replays, one, I seem to lose my controls, so I can't fast forward and things like that. But two, if I move my head even slightly, it shakes the camera. So to stop you guys getting seasick, I set my intro laps on a single screen monitor. It's quite disorientating after you've been doing it on the Oculus. Enough about that anyway. Talking about the track now, as I said, it's the international variant of the track, which is obviously a lot shorter than the main track. We're looking at very quick lap times here, as I've already said. So we basically do turn 1, 2 and 3, but 4 is different. We cut across through a section called the loop. Then turn 4 turns us back onto the hangar straight, where we just have to negotiate stow, veil and club. Because we're not really getting to the maximum speed of this car, we're going to be looking at the gear ratios and the aero. We can afford to increase the downforce and decrease the top speed to make sure we're getting good acceleration. So, I hope you've enjoyed the intro, and we're going to go into the hot lap now. And I'll shut up now so you can listen to the V8 for a second. Starting a lap now at Club Corner, then out to Hamilton Straight, gets up through the gears, flat out through Abbey, then flat out through Farm, into Village, which is heavy braking, down into second, get tight to the sausage curb, use the width of the track, we're going straight on into the loop, which is a gentle left hand kink, stay to the left for this right hand corner onto the hangar straight, can use the exit to Chapel, minimise your steering inputs, looking ahead for your braking point on the hangar straight. It's just at the start of the curve on the left hand side, then we're going to flick down through 2 gears, keep it tight to the inside, it tightens on the exit, deuce the steering lock, use the exit curbing, not too much, it does unstabilise the car, brake at the corner marker, down into first gear, get tight to the sausage curb, tight to the left, flick it to the right, feather the throttle through the first part, then flat out through second, and now you can breathe, and across the line, and that's it, gold achievement. 51.412. So let's just have a look at my setup. With my setup, the main thing I changed was the aero and the tyre pressures. Aero was 20 in the front, 25 rear. I put super softs on and I had tyre pressures of 15, 16, 15, 15. I had forgotten to adjust the gears, but you should lower the final drive as low as it'll go. For those who have seen my channels and my video before, normally at this point I'd go into the telemetry, but having looked at the Track Titan app on this occasion, it's really not useful. The map is showing the full layout of Silverstone, whereas actually we did the international variation. It doesn't really correspond. So all I will say is I carried on setting laps after this because I enjoyed this car, and I got a lap time that was faster. Really, it was the beginning part of the lap that I was able to gain a lot of time. The end part of the lap, I actually lost time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break down the first couple of corners by slowing down the video and going through what telemetry is available. So turn one, I miss the apex and I have to lift off the accelerator a little bit. So hit that apex, don't lift off the accelerator. And when we look at the telemetry, there's a couple of other mistakes I noticed. One, look at my speed here on the main straight, much faster. But for some reason, I upshift into 6th gear. That loses a lot of time. And I'm carrying in 6th gear all the way down into the first corner. So although I do take it flat out, and therefore I'm faster throughout there, I actually am going into the corner pretty much the same speed as my Hotlap. But because I haven't lifted off the throttle, I do keep the speed, and obviously that's where I'm much faster then, is towards the exit of turn one. So looking at turn 3, I'm in 4th gear when I should be in 5th. I'm losing a bit of time there. I kind of miss the apex a little bit on the corner. And also I'm a little bit wide on the exit to the corner. So with the telemetry of turn 3, if we just look right now, you can see approaching the corner. As I said, I was in 4th gear. I do get it up to 5th before having to go back down through the gears. But you can see there's a speed difference all the way through it on my best lap, which I know should have been better because I was in 6th and not 5th. Then I'm still faster and I carry that speed all the way through. And then if you look at the racing line, I'd be inclined to say that I'm probably turning in a bit too early. I'm probably not running as far out as I can into the corner and then turning through the apex. So I hope you found that analysis helpful. It was a bit difficult to do it with the map not loading properly, and obviously I'm hoping that they fix that for Track Titan in the future, because you would think that's a fairly easy fix for them. But looking at the lap and then the telemetry that was available, and then comparing it to a lap they had done later, you can see other mistakes that I just wouldn't have thought of. I wouldn't have thought to really look for. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you liked the video. Tell me if you didn't, what it is you want me to change.